Hello Anew fans, hello Castlevania fans. This is Alex Lexus, and I had to make this blog video in reference to the ending sequence of Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Now, do not get me wrong, I'm not hating on it or I'm not upset with it. I'm just in a little bit of shock as to what I saw. So, disclaimer, the major spoilers. If you have not completed the game, shut off this video right now. Okay, you've been given enough time. Everything else is fair game. Now, let's talk about the final battle. Throwing Satan into the mix was rather interesting. Now, I'm a religious person, and I liked how they kind of introduced a lot of Bible references into the game. However, they should have been a little more careful because in doing that, it's not everybody's going to respond to it the same way, because you have different religious cultures out there that may not understand what was, displayed in the game. But I liked it a lot. And that was, the way it was executed was excellent. So Mercury Steam thumbs up for that. Now, I'm not going to go too much into the ending as to how the God Mask got knocked off Dracula and all that, but I just know it was kind of sad because after everything that Gabriel went through for forgiveness, he basically got the cold shoulder according to the writing. Because I know, I'm not giving my personal uh, feeling on that because it's I'm a host of the show, but I want to express my displeasure with, man, Gabriel tried really hard and his fate had him, after the credits, become revealed as the new Prince of Darkness, aka Dracula. Yes, I said it. Gabriel Belmont is Dracula according to this storyline. Now, when after the credits are done, you see Zobek walking around, and those of you who are eagle-eyed, there was a boss or one of the minions from the old Symphony of the Night games that was this corpse was laying in the back of one of the church walls when right before Zobek starts floating up. So watch the ending again and see if you catch it. But Mercury Steam, that's a cool way of giving a nod to the old series. But when Zobek actually goes through that church and he says, why you been hiding Gabriel? When he said Gabriel, I was like, what? Gabriel is Dracula? Wow. I mean, that came out of left field. That was like some Kaiser Sose stuff, as Anomaly put it. And Anomaly was warning me. He said, Alex, that ending, you're gonna drop the controller when you see it, and I almost damn near did. But I just want to know. I'm trying to wrap my head as to how Gabriel could have become the Prince of Darkness. Now, my theory is, since he defeated the three Lords of Shadow, he probably somehow became the embodiment of their dark sides, and maybe when Zobek killed Gabriel at the end of this game, and Marie had the soul send him back to fight Satan, maybe his good half went to heaven while his darker half remained as an immortal. So that could be one thing. I mean, something. I mean, they have to explain how this occurred, because Zobek had looked like he knew of Gabriel's presence in this dark form, you know, and considering how Zobek was saying that Gabriel, or AKA Dracula, was a shadow of his former self, maybe what we saw was a weakened, frail state of what he probably became between the 1,000 year time span. So, I mean, there's a lot of material that they can cover. However, if it's a 1,000 year frame, maybe they might have boxed themselves in with the story. So I would have just said, you know, in a time in the distant future. This way, you can have freedom to continue the series. But that's just my opinion on it. But to see that I was like, wow, Gabriel fought so hard and he becomes the Prince of Darkness. I mean, that to me is a low blow. But an interesting thing to see was the fact that Gabriel was blown, like Zobek did his light attack and knocked him out the cathedral window, and he fell to the street, and it was modern day. I was like, holy shit, this is freaking awesome. I mean, done correctly, it can work out really well because you've seen Ninja Gaiden 2 where they're fighting in New York and whatnot, and you're fighting Alexei, but it's the Statue of Liberty. I mean, if done correctly, it can work out really well. Now, who's to say? We don't know if they were in New York or London and whatnot. I mean, it raises a lot more questions. So, Mercury's Steam succeeded in now getting people to get their curiosity hook stuck into what's going to unfold in the rest of the series. So, I'm not hating the fact that Gabriel is Dracula, but at Belmont, I mean, we understand that he was adopted and so on and so forth, but this story is a reboot. It's supposed to be the beginning of a long lineage of games. So, a Belmont as Dracula, I mean, wow. Wrap your head around that one, especially to us who are fans of the original arc. We would have liked to see a little bit more retained, but it could open the new doors for maybe Dracula is now a good guy, and he's, fighting Satan or so on and so forth. But wow, that's gonna be interesting. Um, Rumors. I understand that it was brought to my attention on David Cox's uh, Twitter page that Simon Belmont and Alucard may make a presence in future games. Now, if this is true, I want to know how they're going to implement them into the storyline. We have Gabriel Belmont, aka Dracul, and a Simon Belmont who possibly might show up in the series. How is that going to work? Maybe somewhere in the timeline before Gabriel had turned into his present form, probably started the Belmont lineage and went on from there. How does Alucard fare into this equation? Because we do know that he's the offspring of Dracula and a human. So having the Dampeel in there, that would be kind of interesting. But I mean, this this was interesting. This was interesting, and it's more or less, unlike the Devil May Cry. You know how I feel about that reboot. This is a different take on the story, but I want some explanations. I want some answers, and I know NMO fans and Castlevania fans want answers as well. So tell me what you guys think. Anomaly and I, we're going to do like an in-depth review from the ground up, and we want to make sure that we played the game inside out before we went and did the NMO version of Castlevania Lords of Shadow re-review. So, wow. NMO fans, I don't know what to say. That ending shocked the shit out of me. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm assuming something good. So, tell me what you think. The game is available now. It's been out since October 5th. And Japan is going to be getting it next month, so it should be rather interesting. So that's all I got for you, NMO fans. Tell me what you think underneath. Visit the NMO website. I'll have a thread talking about this Castlevania ending and whatnot. And that's all I got for you. So till next time, stay tuned to the NMO show. Peace.